China obviously made a massive announcement, just about a week ago that it would seek to restrict essentially every product that it makes, using the rare earth export restrictions. That was a massive wake-up call, I think, for all of the people in Washington who were not yet convinced that China would take such a drastic step, to really declare war on the rest of the world. And I think Secretary Bessent, our Treasury Secretary, he has been such a great voice in speaking the truth about this problem, unlike, previous Treasury secretaries. He's even made comments, like, we are not going to be deterred by a downturn in the market to do what is in the national interests of the United States. And I think having a Treasury Secretary like that is incredibly important. He's made it clear this is U.S., with the world against China. Obviously, Ambassador Greer, he's been on these issues for such a long time. We were honored to have him at our annual conference in May. And he told us quite explicitly that the Trump administration 2.0 is very clear-eyed about what's happening with China. And I think what we've seen to date is absolutely the most historic deployment of policies really in history to address what I would call, China's decades-long war against us to make us subservient to their economy really in every way. I think we should be very clear about this. We are no longer in a world where free trade at any cost serves America's interests. Uh, Free trade does not exist in the real world, but I know there's plenty of economists in DC and academic, institutions around the country that would like the average American to think there's some, rainbows and butterflies version of free trade out there where we can trade with countries like China and we're going to be better off. It's just absolutely false. Today, we are in a world where economic strength, domestic production, and national security, those are all one and the same. And that is what we work on at CPA. We represent domestic producers across a widespread breadth of the U.S. economy, over 24 sectors. Um, any person watching the show, any product that you're using, we probably have a member that makes that product. The inputs to those products our members make. And so that's what we're doing each and every day. We are seeing, how can we end this global dependency on the CCP? We are actively engaged in a number of fronts with the Trump administration. Today, actually, our economics team, which is really second to none, they are absolute all stars in diagnosing why we have these dependencies on China, where our domestic production capabilities have been just annihilated by poor trade policy, and frankly, also just globalist policies that have put capital into places like China to offshore our production and jobs.